Thank you for staying with us on the journey. It's prime time now for the sport. I'm Gary L. Smith. In the 2018 Commonwealth Games preview, and the countdown is bearing down on us. Team Ghana must overcome their numerous challenges and excel in the Gold Coast. That is the admonition from the former chef de mission of the Commonwealth Games team.
For the games, it's always there's a lot always on us as a nation, because most of the time our preparations come in late, but it still doesn't take anything away from our athletes in trying to do it. I think most of them were at the last edition, and I expect that based on that, the environment, the pressures that go with the games like this should be behind them, and then they should be able to do better. So I wish them well, just like we always wish all our athletes and anybody who competes for Ghana.
The games begin in a few days in April. In the Ghana Premier League, we have match day 4 coming up this weekend. There's a game on Saturday, and then there are others on Sunday as well. Let's take a look. As Bechem United play Ash Gold, that's the Saturday kickoff. And on Sunday, we have Asante Kotoko versus 11 Wonders, Sharks, Wafa, Adriana Inter-Allies, Hearts, Dreams, Liberty, Mediama, Wa All Stars, Brecum, Chelsea, and Karela United, Ebuswan Dwarfs. Lots of previews on myjoyonline.com. Please make sure to read all of them before the match day tomorrow and Sunday. In the English Premier League as well, the big game is happening on Sunday. There's Chelsea versus Spurs that will be headlining.
With Tottenham becoming regular top 4 challengers, their already spicy rivalry with Chelsea has taken on an extra dimension. Antonio Conte's side got the better of Spurs earlier in the season, but it's Chelsea that will be feeling the pressure this weekend, according to those familiar with the fixture.
It is important, massively important for Chelsea, because you know the position they're in the league at the moment suggests that they're the ones that aren't going to make the Champions League this season. I think also, you know, playing against Spurs, there's added rivalry, the history of the clubs.
Well, it's a massive game for the top 4. I think it's a big game for Chelsea. I think if they don't take maximum points in this game, then the gap will be too great.
While Tottenham have undoubtedly progressed in the last few years, their poor record at Stamford Bridge has remained a constant. But confidence is high that this Spurs side can succeed where so many have failed.
I remember a couple of years ago when the 2-2, when they celebrated like it was winning the European Cup by getting a draw and stopping Spurs winning the league title was a strange one. But yeah, with the players they've got on board, I think they most certainly can go and win there. I think on their day they can beat anyone, and it would be nice to put that to rest.
Chelsea's form in the league has been inconsistent of late, and Lasso says Conte's side will need to raise their game at the Bridge to get a positive result from the match.
You have to say that Spurs, the way they've played, the consistency that they've shown, you know, go into that game, I would think, with a lot of confidence, and Chelsea look a little bit more vulnerable than they have done, particularly, you know, after last season's success and standards.
Spurs are unbeaten in their last 12 Premier League games. Keep that run going at Stamford Bridge, and they will deal a possibly critical blow to Chelsea's Champions League hopes and put an unwanted record to bed.
Don't forget that Spurs have not beaten Chelsea at the Bridge since 1990. That's a really long time. Crystal Palace are also hoping that Zaha returns soon to save their season. He's been the difference maker whenever he's been around, and anytime he's been injured, the stats have looked really dire.
Wilfried Zaha is the man Crystal Palace are pinning their hopes on in the final 7 matches of the season. The club's fans could have been forgiven for fearing the worst after their star man limped off at the end of Palace's win at Huddersfield last time out. That's because Palace haven't won a match without Zaha since September 2016, and Christian Benteke believes he knows why.
Because most of our play is based on him, and that's why it's so important for us. I think on his day it's one of the best winger in the Premier League, and he can do everything.
Zaha didn't feature for Ivory Coast during the international break. He stayed with Palace as they monitor the knee injury which has troubled him so much. Roy Hodgson will make a decision alongside his medical staff on Friday as to whether Zaha will be fit to feature against Liverpool, with Palace just 2 points above the relegation places.
Well, no, he's not really been doing any training with us to any great extent, because obviously we've had to we're nursing the knee problem that he has. It was fantastic that he made that performance against Huddersfield and did what he did there and showed what he showed there.
Elsewhere, World Cup is coming, 75 days to go, and England are looking ahead to who their strike partnership should be. Harry Kane is injured, but he'll definitely be back and be picked for the World Cup. But who should partner him up front?
I think they can have a good balance because it's two players with different attributes. It's a good option for the manager, but I don't know. It's a good choice, and it's important for the national team to have different players with different attributes. And I think Jimmy can take the space. It can give good moves, a good opportunity, and it's always important. A player giving good moves behind the defenders. It's always difficult, tough to make a marker on him.
Arsenal are also getting set for a crunch tie against Stoke City at the Emirates, with lots of talk hanging over Arsene Wenger's future. But the defensive side also matters to them.
Arsenal host Stoke City at the Emirates on Sunday, with the Gunners and manager Arsene Wenger under pressure to produce a positive result against the club currently lying second from bottom. With the Frenchman suffering from a sore throat, his assistant Steve Bold stood in for Wenger at the pre-match press conference and was quick to support the man who many Arsenal fans believe should leave at the end of the season.
He's, you know, I admire him immensely. You know, he takes an unbelievable stick off an awful lot of people. And he's just one of the great managers. You know, it's a pleasure for me to sit next to him.
68-year-old Wenger has said recently that some of the criticism of him borders on age discrimination, but Bold wasn't going to be drawn on this issue.
Listen, I'm not here to answer them kind of questions. You know, I think I'm sitting in for Arsenal for the Stoke game. I'd much prefer you concentrate on football if possible.
Jack Wilshere picked up a knee injury whilst on England duty during the week, but should be fit to play on Sunday.
Well, I think Jack is trained. Jack trained yesterday, so he's okay. Everybody else has come back, as far as we're aware. We'll find out a bit more actually this morning, but Jack was okay yesterday.
Arsenal have a Europa League quarter-final clash with CSKA Moscow on Thursday, but Bold says they won't be saving players for that game.
I think we'll be playing our best team when the best times to suit, and you know, we need to win games. We want to win games, so we'll be strong as we can, I think, at most times.
So let's look at the fixtures in this Premier League weekend. It's not just about Chelsea and Spurs, even though if you listen to the hype machine, you think that is all there is. But these are the fixtures. Crystal Palace, Liverpool, Man United, Swansea, Brighton, Leicester, Newcastle, Huddersfield, West Ham, Southampton. That should be a big one. Relegation 6-pointer. Watford, Bournemouth, West Brom, Burnley, Everton, Man City, Arsenal, Stoke, and Chelsea, Tottenham. In La Liga as well, what have we got as Barca motto to the title? Yep. Girona, Levante, early kickoff. Athletic Bilbao versus Celta, Las Palmas, Real Madrid, Sevilla, Barca, Espanyol, Alaves, Leganés, Valencia, Eibar, Sociedad, Malaga, Villarreal, and Atleti, Depor, Getafe, Real Betis. So, right, that's it for the sport. Thank you very much for joining us. The news continues. Enjoy the rest of your holiday weekend.